The Little Vampire and the Midsummer Lanterns. One warm midsummer evening, Vincent the Little Vampire soared above the village and gasped at what he saw below. The square was glowing with hundreds of colourful lanterns, red, gold, and green, floating gently into the sky. Music filled the air, and children laughed as they danced in circles. Vincent's eyes sparkled. "How magical," he whispered, but then his smile faded. He wanted to join the fun, yet he worried the children might be frightened if they saw a vampire among them. Still, he floated closer, hiding in the shadows to watch. He loved the bright music and the way the lanterns twinkled like tiny stars. Just then, a gust of wind knocked one lantern sideways. It tumbled toward the river, its little flame flickering dangerously. "Oh no!" cried a girl nearby. "My lantern!" Without thinking, Vincent swooped down. He caught the lantern just before it hit the water, his cape fluttering like wings. Gently, he set it back into the sky. The lantern rose higher, glowing brighter than before. The girl gasped in delight. "It's safe, thank you!" She looked around, but Vincent had already slipped back into the shadows, grinning shyly. The children clapped and cheered, believing the lantern had been saved by magic. Vincent's heart warmed. He hadn't danced with them, but he had still been part of their festival. That night, as the last lantern drifted into the stars, Vincent whispered, "Maybe one day I'll be brave enough to join in." And the lanterns, twinkling above, seemed to wink back at him, promising that his time would come. The Little Vampire and the Haunted Castle. High on a hill above the village stood a crumbling stone castle. The villagers whispered that it was haunted and no one dared to go near. But Vincent the Little Vampire wasn't afraid. "Haunted doesn't always mean scary," he said to himself one moonlit night as he flew towards the towering gates. Inside, the castle was dark and echoey. Cobwebs hung like curtains, and the air smelled of dust and history. Vincent tiptoed across the cracked floor when, crack! A door slowly opened by itself. "Hello?" Vincent called, his voice small. "Boo!" came a deep, wobbly voice. Vincent gulped, then straightened his cape. "You don't sound very scary," he said kindly. Out floated a ghost in a long, tattered robe. "I'm supposed to haunt this castle," the ghost admitted. "But honestly, I'm not very good at it. Everyone just runs away." Vincent smiled. "Maybe you don't need to scare people. Maybe you can be the friendly ghost of the castle." The ghost tilted his head. "Friendly?" "Yes," said Vincent. "You could welcome visitors, tell stories, and keep the castle cozy." The ghost's eyes brightened. "Oh, I do know plenty of castle tales." So that night, Vincent and the ghost sat in the grand old hall. The ghost told stories about knights, hidden treasure, and secret passageways, while Vincent listened with wide-eyed wonder. When Vincent finally flew home, he looked back and saw the castle windows glowing warmly with ghostly light. From then on, the haunted castle wasn't a place of fear, but a place of stories, and Vincent had helped a lonely ghost find his true calling. And Vincent learned that sometimes what seems scary just needs a little kindness to shine. The Little Vampire and the Thunderstorm Rescue. One summer night, dark clouds rolled over the mountains, covering the moon. Vincent the Little Vampire peeked out of his cave as the sky rumbled. Boom! Thunder cracked and lightning lit up the valley. Soon rain poured down in silver sheets. Vincent spread his cape and flew carefully into the storm. "I wonder who needs help tonight," he whispered. As he soared over the meadow, he heard a frightened bleating. Down below, a tiny lamb was stuck in a muddy ditch, shivering as the rain splashed around it. "Oh no!" Vincent cried. He swooped down, his cape soaking wet. "Don't worry, little one. I'll get you out." The lamb kicked and slipped, but Vincent dug in with all his strength. With one big heave, he lifted the lamb back onto the grass. The lamb shook off the rain, then pressed close to Vincent, still trembling. "You're safe now," Vincent said gently. "Let's find your family." Through the storm, Vincent guided the lamb across the meadow. At last, they reached the farmer's barn, glowing with warm lantern light. A worried mother sheep ran forward, bleating happily. The lamb dashed to her side, and Vincent smiled. "Thank you," the farmer called, though he never saw who had helped. He only glimpsed a red cape fluttering away into the night. By the time Vincent reached his cave again, the storm was fading, and the moon peeked through the clouds once more. Vincent curled up with a happy sigh. He knew that even in the wildest storm, a little kindness could bring light back to the night.